All right, hello everybody. It's been quite some time since I have done a video, and I apologize, and I will try to make these more often. So recently, I've been thinking about, all right, getting back into this. What can I draw? And I was like, you know what? Let me just draw a turtle that is drawing, because I guess I feel like a slowpoke these days as far as drawing goes. So what I had in mind for drawing a turtle drawing a turtle drawing. There we go. Um, be something like some kind of work surface. You know, this is your work surface. Let's pretend you got a little can right there with your pencils and stuff in it. All right, and I imagine the turtle being somewhere here, so I'm drawing these circles just to try to be my kind of like guides of like, all right, where's this figure going to be in space? So I got the turtle. I'm going to make the back a little bit more dome shaped. That way I can kind of start drawing like a shell there. I'm going to bring it down a little bit, erase this part, shave it, boom. That way it's kind of like in between a turtle and a tortoise, kind of, you know, he's got some shell, but it's nothing too crazy, like a hermit crab. All right, so then I'm gonna have his shoulder going here, maybe an elbow here, and this hand's gonna be here. And what we'll probably do is make this hand holding down whatever sheet of paper he's drawing on, and we'll give him, yeah, let's give him 3 fingers, kind of like the Ninja Turtles. All right. And maybe give him some forearms, elbow, a little bit of bicep, boom, because he's been working out lately. Boom, boom, little dimple right there where the elbow is. Erase this line, erase this line. All right, we got our arm there, and we'll go defining these lines a little bit later, but so you can kind of see more clearly on the screen what it is that I'm doing. I'm going to outline these a little bit more. There you go. All right. Then we got our head right here. Boom. Put a little turtly neck. He's going to be looking down like this. And he's going to have kind of like this eager but excited looking face. Tongue sticking out, because for some reason we stick out our tongues when when we're doing something. No, but for some reason, drawing a character with his tongue sticking out kind of makes it look like he is adding some effort to whatever activity he is doing, he or she. And I'm going to draw the other hand right here, and it's going to be holding a pencil or pen. And third finger, have the pen like this, and I'm gonna bring this eye down so it looks like he's looking exactly at what he's drawing, he or she. We're just gonna make it he, since it is kind of like a self-portrait, as I mentioned earlier, since I'm feeling sluggish, turtly sluggish as far as art goes. All right, so you guys can see, you guys and gals, man, all these gendering. All right, y'all can see that our guys are hard at work. All right, so now we're gonna do this thing right here with the lips. Boom, boom, boom. Start establishing that shell. Make the shell a little bit more boxy. All right, and maybe some of his leg right here. And I'm not sure what kind of chair he's sitting in. So I guess we'll figure that out in a second. Alright, but we can do this. Let's give him a lamp. I feel like it's important to have a lamp. Little button on the lamp there. Light bulb there. Boom. And we're just going to do this right there just to show that it's lit. And this is the mechanism for our lamp. Couple extra pencils here. Maybe an eraser here. And let's Let's make these into brushes because brushes look cool. Maybe he's coloring with gouache or watercolors, and some extra marking utensils in there as well. And this cup is gonna say, it's gonna appear to say anyways, art. Can't see it, you just got the AR, and we'll imagine the T on the other side. Alright. And tape down this picture, which people really don't do anymore, but it looks cool. People do it, but not many. And really, if he was a seasoned illustrator, he'd also have a piece of paper right here under his hand because you don't want to smudge any of your stuff. Alright, and we'll give some lines to distinguish plates. Alright, so there we go. He's got his little turtly tail. Oh, that little turtly tail! And then we draw the stool, and now we'll go back with, I got charcoal or pen. I can't decide. I kind of want to do the charcoal for some odd reason. I've been having a hankering for charcoal. Charcoal is great, gives you nice thick lines, and then you can also smudge it. And since I'm using it, we're gonna smudge it. And we'll get to that towards the end. But right now, I want to kind of make all these lines crispy. Alright. Alright. Alright, so we are cruising right along, and it looks like he's drawing with a pencil. Boom. Boom. Alright, we are cruising, and what are we at? 7 minutes? Not bad for 7 minutes of drawing. Hope y'all are keeping up, hanging in there, enjoying the show. I'm gonna draw the line for the table here. Keep the turtle shell going. Alright, boom. So follow the squaring pattern that we gave it earlier. And you see, since I had the shape of it down, I could just lay the squares down, make it look like nice tiling work. Alright, and we're going to add one more right there. Boom. Looking cool. Alright, and it's funny because I mentioned the whole smudge factor. I'm going to take this piece of aluminum and just lay it over here so I can keep outlining the turtle without smudging the charcoal, because I want to be able to smudge it the way I want to smudge it. I don't want my hand dragging the charcoal and making it all messy. Alright, and this little turtly tongue. We got the sheet of paper, the tape, boom, boom, a little bit of corner pokes out right there. Alright, now we're doing the utensils. A little paintbrush, another paintbrush. Do that. Outlining the word art. Alright, and corner of the table. Alright, here we go. And normally I like to draw what they're drawing, but I just don't have much room in there without making it too messy. So I'm going to leave that empty for now. And I need to focus on my line qualities, making sure these are nice, rigid lines. It doesn't have to be rigid. They can be organic, but I like having them clean. That way I can establish if it's something mechanical or organic, basically leaving the organic curvy lines to more animated things and leaving the rigid lines for the inanimate objects. So now we're going to do the stool. And like I said with the shading, I'm going to shade right here. Ooh, we got this corner of this table. Boom. Boom. Eraser. There we go. So, smudge it a little bit. Go in. I'll lightly use the charcoal. I'm not going to dig in too hard. And it looks like he's got a t-shirt on in his shell. Alright, so giving a little bit of shading to all these parts where the light's not hitting it. And down here it's going to be darker. A little bit of dark there, there, there. Boom, boom, boom. Light bulb. Go behind this and just smudge it if you want. And then you can also go back in and erase some of those earlier lines so it's not too distracting on your picture. So we're kind of cleaning it up. It's always a good idea, clean up your picture after you do all these doodles. See what you can do just to remove any of these distracting lines so your image comes out a lot more defined and a lot clearly. And we'll color in this eye. Alright, and there we have our turtle drawing a turtle. Yay, he's drawing a turtle too. Anyways, folks, thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll get more going. Y'all have a